What up, chat? What up, y'all? How y'all feeling today, man? What's up, people? Y'all give me just 1 second as I'm trying to get everything set up. What's up, y'all? Everybody in the chat. I'm about to check all the comments in like 5 seconds. I pressed go live like 5 seconds early, but it's good to see y'all in here, man. It's fantastic to see y'all in here, man. It's been a long couple days with no fever basketball. It's been a long couple days with no fever basketball. So I'm very excited to see the Fever play today. And obviously, Caitlin Clark is back, y'all. There we go. All right, y'all. We here. We here, y'all. How y'all feeling today, man? How y'all feeling today? What's up outside the garden? I see the comments now. What's up outside the garden? What's up? What's up? What's up? Are we sure Caitlin Clark is playing today? 1000%. That's what they're saying. What's up, Farrell? Not going to be in the stream today. Hey, that's all good, man. It's good to see you guys in here. What's up, Nancy? Are my allergies better? They sure are. Thank you for asking. That's, you know what? You're a legend being in the chat and knowing me enough to know I have that problem. God bless you, Nancy. And we are here. We are here, y'all, and we are well. What's up, Eric? My microphone has static. Okay. Uh, does that sound any better? Do I need to turn the volume down a little bit? If the static is irritating, I'll switch the mic. I can easily switch the mic. But I turned the microphone down just a tad bit here. And just let me know if it's annoying, and I'll change it. What's up, Chris? What's up, Chris? I'm in sneak mode in the chat at work right now. I got your rock. I got your rock. Hey, this game's gonna be fun, and it does suck if you are at work not able to watch the game. I luckily am not at work today. Just it so happened to be that I had requested off this day, but for other reasons. But I'm not at work today, so if you are, you can listen through the live, and obviously you'll be able to watch the highlights and watch my videos later. But this will be a fun game, y'all. It will be a fun game. Switch the mic. All right, bet. I got y'all. I got y'all. See, last time it wasn't that bad. Last time I tried this microphone and it went well. All right. Is that any better? Does that sound I took it out, I put it back in. Does that sound any better, y'all? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Better? Good, Batty. Good. It's good to see y'all. Morning, everybody. Great. All right. Thanks, Eric, for letting me know to take it out and put it back in. I don't know anything about audio interfaces, really. Well, I mean, I do, obviously, but because I bought it. But like, I know like what the manual tells you. There's people who actually know what they're doing, and I'm not one of those guys. But we are, in fact, here, y'all. And this is gonna be a very fun game. Seriously. And our TK Nana with the $5. Thank you so much, Nana, for the $5. God bless you. Thank you for being in the chat, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. God bless. Thank you guys so much for the blessings. You guys are always blessing me with the donations. It's greatly appreciated, y'all. Thank you so much, man. And we got another one. The stream just started. Oh my goodness, y'all. Wow. Yes. Props to Nana for the first donation. And then we've got Nomic with the $10. Thought you'd be at work. Thanks for coming in. Hey, I'm here. I am here. I had plans this morning, but I saw Caitlin Clark was back, and I was like, I knew people were gonna want me here, so I did flake on some people earlier today, but it was all good because they didn't really need me. today. So everything worked out well, and we didn't have to drop any other priorities for this. Um, so yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for the $10. It's gonna be great, y'all. I'm very excited. It hasn't been very exciting watching the Fever play basketball without Caitlin Clark, but we get Caitlin and Dantas back in the same day. So like, I don't know if you guys are excited about that. I know with Dantas coming back, what you might see is less Timpson minutes. We'll see how that goes, but I'm very excited. Once again, thank you, Udo Nomic, for the $10. God bless you, legend in the chat. You guys are amazing. And yeah, what's up, Matthew? Good to see Matthew in the chat, y'all. Shout out to freaking Matthew. Matthew dropped an insane donation yesterday. I wasn't even making any videos. I wasn't even live, but Matthew blessed me. I saw it this morning. I did respond to your email, Matthew. I got to get in touch with Matthew, man. Thank you so much, Matthew. A certified legend in the chat, y'all. If you guys need to know anything, know that Matthew is a legend, a certified legend, a big support. That man is just a legend. What's up, Angela? Good to see you in the chat. So good to see you in the chat, y'all. We're here, y'all. We are here. I'm so glad to have Dantas back. Yeah, I'm glad to have her back as well. I do think Timpson has been having a lot of great moments. So with Dantas coming back, you're probably going to see Timpson's minutes get cut just a little bit. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes, and we'll see if they're both getting minutes as we go on in this game. But I think Timpson has kind of proven herself to be a valuable asset on the court. So I would be very surprised if, it wouldn't be uncharacteristic for Stephanie White to do this, but it would be a bad coaching decision if Stephanie White decided to just stop playing Michaela Timpson, because I think she's proven herself. We'll see how that goes, though. We'll see how that goes. And Matthew said he got to support my dude, Carter, man. I appreciate it so much, man. You don't even know, man. I really do appreciate it, Matthew. Certified legend, man. Certified legend. Always blessing me, man. And yeah, y'all, did I see the starters for today? I'm worried because it seems like she will play at the 3 because of her size. No, I didn't see the starters. What are the starters? I didn't see the starters. Is it going to be – we're about to learn right here, right now. We're going to learn right here, right now. Is Ari starting alongside Caitlin and Kelsey? Is that what's happening? Is that what we're referring to? Imagine that happens. Because I actually have no idea. Do I need to check Twitter now? That would be crazy if Ari is starting. But I do think today we're finally going to be able to see Ari McDonald on the court with Caitlin Clark, and I'm actually very excited for that. I don't know if you guys are excited for that, but I'm excited to see Caitlin Clark play off ball, because they're going to play off ball regardless. So, like, obviously, we want her to have the ball in her hands at every single part of the game, but she's going to play off ball. Chrissy Sides played her off ball. Steph White played her off ball. But at least now you have a player that should look for Caitlin Clark characteristically, or at least, pattern recognition would say that Ari McDonald's going to look for Caitlin because she looks for everybody else on the team, and she's a player who likes to pass the ball. So she has a pattern of doing that. We can recognize that and assume that with Caitlin Clark on the court, Ari McDonald is going to be looking for Caitlin Clark when she's playing off ball. So you might not want to see Caitlin Clark playing off ball all the time, but if she's going to have to do it, it's good for her to do it with Ari out there. So even if she's not starting, I think that'll be fun. She is starting with CC, Mitchell, Boston, and Howard. Okay. And Hull as well, I'm assuming. Yeah, that makes most sense. That makes the most sense. I wouldn't expect them to go with Ari, but imagine they do go with Ari instead of Hull. That'd be crazy. 3-guard lineup. Is that what they're going with? Is that what they're actually doing? Wow. Not seeing Carter's all-star draft analysis video. Y'all, the only reason that didn't come out is because I was busy yesterday. I had things until I didn't get any time till 8 o'clock. And that's when I learned that the draft even happened. I haven't been in the loop for the past 3 days. So yeah, but that was crazy. You want my analysis? Here it is right here. It was crazy. Caitlin Clark and Fee coming out and saying, you know what, let's trade coaches is insane. That's absolutely insane. And especially with her saying, I don't care what the WNBA thinks about it, I'm going to do it anyway. That was a boss move. And I also love seeing the authenticity of those two players, because they're both really great players. They're both really great personalities. They're normal WNBA players, both Fee and Caitlin I'm talking about. So it was amazing watching that draft. It was amazing seeing Caitlin Clark and Fee do that, because it just shows that they have the power Like this league is, like them saying I don't care. And then when Malika Andrews came back later on and she was like, "Oh, I've got word that the WNBA authorizes this." Like it was kind of funny because it was like, we don't care if you authorize it. You authorizing it doesn't actually do anything at this point. They've already decided it. And so like them coming out saying the WNBA is cool with the trade at the end after like 10 minutes was super, or probably like 5 minutes. It was just super funny to me because like it just showed like the WNBA trying to like show their power. That's how I took it, them trying to show order. And it's like, there is no order with this. Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier wanted to switch coaches. That's what they did. None of you can really do about it. What are you going to say no to Caitlin Clark? That's why we're watching in the first place. So that was pretty fun, y'all. That was absolutely fun to see. And I love Caitlin Clark's personality out there. Yeah, I just loved her personality out there and picking all her favorite players and not going for a real scheme. Just, and I do think it was pretty interesting, just thinking like a general manager, like what kind of players does Caitlin Clark want to play with? What kind of lineup does she want to have? Well, off rip, she chose Sabrina Ionescu, or she wasn't first, but she chose Sabrina after Aaliyah Boston, I believe. So she went with Aaliyah, obviously, because you want that pick and roll. Caitlin Clark loves that. And then she went with Sabrina Ionescu at the 2. So she wanted a shooter, and then she got AJ Wilson, a player who can also, come off screens, and she's going to be able to run the floor, obviously. Like Caitlin Clark, the vision for her team was a team that can run, but can also shoot, which I do actually like. And then you got Satu Sabali. So you got shooters, and then you got players who can run and be physical and set screens, big bodies who are going to get rebounds. I do think that's the kind of team you want to surround Caitlin Clark with. I actually made a video on Satu Sabali in the offseason, and I said the Fever needed to pick her up. And a lot of people were telling me it wasn't going to happen. We were being optimistic. It wasn't going to happen. It didn't end up happening. But seeing her play with Satu Sabali in the All-Star game is going to be cool because that was a player that I made a video about and I scouted. I was like, this is the kind of player you want to put next to Caitlin Clark. And I think, it's not that serious because it's just an All-Star game. So you can't take this and be like, this is exactly who Caitlin Clark wants to play with. But it is a good, general, I would say, canvas to go with when creating a team. You want to surround her with players who can space the floor, like a Sabali, like a Sabrina Ionescu. They can also ball handle a little bit too. Sabrina can for sure. And then you want a player who's going to be able to run the floor like AJ, is going to be able to get her own shot if she needs to, right? And then you got Aaliyah Boston for that pick and roll. A beautiful lineup. And I think that's what the Fever need to be looking to create. You've already got Kelsey Mitchell, and Kelsey Mitchell is, I think, a better option than a Sabrina Ionescu. But you definitely want to upgrade the 4 position. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get an AJ Wilson, but someone who can be like a baby AJ would be amazing next to Caitlin Clark. That's a total aside for anybody who was wondering what I was thinking about the All-Star game. And I missed a lot of stuff. See what y'all saying. I'm predicting a low-scoring game for Caitlin. Under this anti-Caitlin coach, low points will be the norm. I don't think so. I'm expecting a big game from Caitlin. You might be right, Paul. You might be right. And she's also coming off an injury. So it depends on what you mean by low scoring. Like, I think she's at least going to get 15. But that is low for Caitlin. I'm expecting over 20 from her in this game, though. I think she's going to come out strong. Last time she came off injury, she came off strong. So I think she's ready to get out there. And I think that slump is long gone. We'll see, though. We'll see, y'all. I'm excited, though. I'm excited to see Caitlin Clark get out there and hoop, y'all. Bree Jones can replace AJ if she can't play due to wrist injury. Yeah, Brianna Jones deserved to be an All-Star, and I saw her tweet on Twitter about it. Like, yeah, she deserved to be an All-Star. It's great. Wait, Bree Jones? Bree Jones. Who is Bree Jones? I'm thinking of Jonquel Jones. I don't know about Bree Jones. I don't even know who we're talking about right now. I'm thinking about Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones definitely deserved to be an All-Star. I don't know if you would choose Brianna Jones over Jonquel Jones. I think Jonquel Jones has had a better season than Brianna Jones because now Brianna's coming to my mind. I know who you're talking about now. But I think Jonquel has had a better season. I think Jonquel's had a better season. I think Jonquel kind of deserved it more. But are they like in the same conference? I don't really know. Am I tripping for thinking that Jonquel Jones has had a better season than Brianna Jones? Do y'all think so? For anybody who knows? Anyway. Yeah, Bree Jones from Atlanta. Yeah, I know now. I had to think about that for a second. When she said it, I was thinking about Jonquel. They're both big men. But yeah. They're both. I mean, they're both good. They're both players who torch the fever. I mean, Brianna Jones on Atlanta. Every time we play Atlanta, it's just a problem because Brianna Jones is scoring 25 points in the paint. But then the same thing is with Jonquil Jones when she played us and we played the Liberty, like she was cooking us. So, I don't know who's better. I don't know, y'all. Um, but yeah, it'll be a fun game. It'll be a fun game tonight. Um, it'll be a fun game, or actually not tonight. It'll be a fun game this morning. What I'm interested to see is Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell heavy hitting tonight, because we haven't seen that really all year. We saw it a lot at the end of last season, but so far this season we haven't had a game where Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell have been heavy hitting, like just raining threes. So I want to see that from them today. I want to see a game where they're heavy hitting today, y'all. Like I want to see back to back three. I want to see Caitlin hit a three, then Kelsey hit a three, then Caitlin hit a three, then Kelsey hit a three. I want to see them combine for 40 tonight. And I know Caitlin Clark's fresh off the injury. I don't think that's going to hold Caitlin Clark back. I expect big things from her. If we don't see big things, obviously you know why. She's ramping up. But I expect nothing less than a 20-point game for Caitlin Clark, probably double digits or flirting with a double-digit assist. We'll see how that goes, though. It'll be a fun game, though. Caitlin Clark's definitely going to get some shots up early. I'm going to be interested to see, though, if she is kind of deferring early on because the team has been playing pretty well without her. And obviously they lost their last game. They obviously need her. They're better with her. That's not what I'm trying to promote here. Obviously, anybody with the basketball brain knows that they're better with Caitlin Clark. But the team has kind of found a way to play without her. But a lot of that does have to do with Ari McDonald. So if Ari McDonald's coming off the bench, then you probably won't have the problem. But in the moments when Ari is in the game, we'll see how Caitlin Clark is. Like, because Caitlin Clark loves to chuck up shots early on in the game that aren't really like in the flow of everything with her teammates. It's just her chucking up one because Caitlin Clark is freaking Caitlin Clark. And so we'll see if we'll see a lot of that. Will it mess up the groove? All things to consider. But I think they'll be perfectly fine, and I think they'll probably blow out the Valkyries today. Valkyries are a good team, but I think the Fever are going to win this one big, especially with all the momentum. You got Caitlin, you got Demiris, All-Star coming to Indy. There's a lot of reasons to think the Fever are going to come out strong with this game. I want to see bombs away with 12 assists. Yes, I want to see big time shots from Caitlin Clark. I want to see her pull it from the logo. She's going to pull it from the logo in like the first 5 minutes of the game for sure. That's just Caitlin Clark. Like I just expect that from her. If we don't see that, I'll be like thoroughly surprised. I think we're going to see a logo bomb very early in this game. The assists will definitely come. Aaliyah Boston has been exceptional lately. And we've seen her as a player who plays well when she plays with Caitlin Clark. But since Caitlin Clark has been out more, she's kind of figuring out how to play without Caitlin, which is big time because then you can like stagger minutes because those are, when they're both on, you could argue those are your two best players. You could also argue that it's Caitlin and Kelsey. I don't really know. Those are your three best players, obviously. So either way, if you can have Aaliyah Boston giving you offense when Caitlin Clark is sitting on the bench, that's also exceptional. So Aaliyah Boston has learned how to play when it's not just off the catch. And then you bring her back to play off the catch, off the pick and roll, the spot up shot. She's been making the mid range shots, the three shots. Like it's going to be amazing to see Aaliyah Boston out there today with Caitlin Clark because she's been exceptional. So I expect a big game from her as well. Natasha Howard's been exceptional as well. So Caitlin Clark is going to go down to Natasha, and you might not see no goofy stuff no more because lately we've seen Natasha Howard be at a very high level of play. I mean, just even exceptional basketball we've seen from her as of late, and she's filling the stat sheet. So when Caitlin Clark goes to Natasha, good things will probably happen as well. I mean, this team has been very good. I know they're coming off a loss, but they've been very, very good, especially offensively. Defensively, in 2 games against the Aces and against the Lynx. But, the defense in the last game was kind of mid. But, offensively, they've been amazing. Even in the last game, the offense was amazing. So hopefully that carries on, y'all. Hopefully. What do you think incited that coach trade? CC, but Fee co-signed it, so maybe both of them. Oh yeah, no, Caitlin Clark incited it. I mean, she's. I'm sorry, incited it is crazy. Initiated it. Wait, is that okay? That's Lee Balson. Initiated. My bad. It was definitely Caitlin Clark, just based on like the fact that she was the one who talked about it, and then like Fee was kind of like, I'm only doing it because I want my coach. It makes sense for her to want her coach, and she felt like Caitlin Clark would be at a disadvantage because of it. But I feel like Caitlin Clark initiated it because, like, yeah, she didn't want that coach, man. She didn't want that. We all know what it is. You ain't gotta. Yeah, we all know what it is, y'all. Doc with the insane comment in the chat. Hopefully the Fever lose by 30 points so Kevin can see how the Fever are not for her. Come on, man. Let's not pray on our downfall. I want them to win by 30 today, man. I want this team to work out. We're probably going to have to switch coaches again, but I love the culture in Indiana, and I love the players on the team, like Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell. There's some players who are bad eggs, and they get on out like Dewana, but Caitlin Kelsey, Lexi Hull, Sophie Cunningham, Aaliyah Boston. These are players that I want to see next to Caitlin Clark for years to come. I'm sure Caitlin Clark initiated. Yeah, 1,000%. I'm excited, Batty. I'm excited too as this game is coming on, y'all. Are y'all ready? I'm so ready for this. Without Caitlin Clark, the Fever are 4-5. With her, they're 5-4. They're scoring 5 more points per game with Caitlin Clark out there. The thing is, the 5 points per game isn't that much. It's the defense. And the defense is mid with and without Caitlin Clark, which is why they're around 500 with her and without her. So one game above, one game below 500. So they've been a mid team with and without Caitlin Clark because their offense is fine. The problem is their defense. And also closing out games is tough without Caitlin Clark as well. You've had a few of those. And they've lost leads without Caitlin. But you've lost some leads with Caitlin as well. So we'll see how the defense is tonight. Tiffany Hayes is out there. Kayla Thornton, Timmy Fack Binlay is back. That's going to be something to deal with. It'll be a tough little game for the Fever in terms of forwards and centers. But the offense is here, y'all. Y'all ready? I'm so ready, y'all. Look at Caitlin Clark on the court, y'all. Look at her on the court getting ready to hoop. It's been so long, but we have arrived. Y'all, we're getting here, y'all. It's the Indiana Fever taking on the Valkyries with Caitlin Clark. Dantes is fresh on the bench as well. We got Ari McDonald. This is the team. This is everybody. This is our team. Let's see how they can do with everybody here. This is the championship team, the playoff team. If we make a run this year, let's see how it goes. All right, here's Fag Benlay making the pass down. And that's a good tip. Good defensive intensity to start off the game. The Indiana Fever get into the cookie jars. Caitlin Clark is there. They got 5 seconds to shoot. Here's Caitlin Clark on Kate Martin. Kate. That's offensive foul, y'all. We're looking good so far in this game. Already amazing defense from the Indiana Fever to start off. You get an offensive foul call. Amazing. Here's Caitlin Clark bringing it up the court. Getting it to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston going to Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald finding Caitlin Clark coming off the screen. Caitlin Clark. And she loses the basketball to start off the game. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. The turnover. But we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. They're sending pressure to her early on. As Kate Martin gets that 3 up and she misses that one, Caitlin Clark does get the rebound. We're going the other way. Here's Caitlin Clark. Getting it over to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston. Getting down low. Aaliyah going to work. Oh, they're kicking it over to Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard is going up for it, and she draws the foul. And yeah, guys, Eric McDonald is starting, which is throwing me off totally. This is interesting. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it once we see how it goes. I did not expect this at all, y'all. Yeah, I didn't expect it. And here's Caitlin Clark getting the rebound, going the other way, y'all. 0-0 so far. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Caitlin Clark step back 3-point jump shot at the wing, misses that one. She rimmed that one out, y'all. And the Indiana Fever were not able to get the rebound. Natasha was fighting for it. Shout out to her for the effort. Caitlin Clark getting off a shot early. So a turnover, a missed shot. She's got a rebound. She's played with a little bit of pace as the Fever do give up their first basket to the Valkyries. We'll see how this goes. Now you got Ari McDonald bringing the ball up the court. So Caitlin Clark is in the corner. They're getting it over to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell getting down low into the paint for the layup at the cup. Kelsey Mitchell with the big-time layup. Big-time play from Kelsey Mitchell getting down low into the paint. That's what you like to see from Kelsey because she's slithery. And that was good defense from Caitlin Clark actually holding her ground in the paint. She forces the miss. We're going the other way. Here's Caitlin Clark getting it up the court, throwing a beautiful pass down to Kelsey Mitchell's, and she draws the foul. That pass kind of got tipped just a little bit, but it was still a beautiful look. And she inched it through there to Kelsey Mitchell, who's going to go to the free throw line. Yeah, Lexi Hole is not starting, y'all. If anybody's wondering, it's Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, Ari McDonald, Aaliyah Boston, and Natasha Howard. So Lexi Hole's coming off the bench, which is interesting. It's interesting because I feel like Lexi Hole has proven herself to be a starter. And Ari McDonald has been great, and I like the experiments. I mean, Ari McDonald has been better than Lexi Hole over the past 5 games, for sure. But size-wise, this is interesting. We'll see how this goes. And the Fever do get both free throws. We won't knock it until you try it, right? We'll see how it goes, and then we'll see if it's something that Steph White should have done. But I do like Ari starting, but you got a very small lineup here. As here's the Valkyries getting down low into the paint for the layup at the cup, and they get that one. The Indiana Fever give up a defensive layup to the other team. As Caitlin gets it down to Natasha, that pass was a little off the mark. Here's Natasha Howard getting it down low into the paint. Over to Ari McDonald for 3. Bang! That's what I love to see from Ari McDonald, man. She's been exceptional lately, man. This is why you put her in there. It's going to be for offensive purposes, right? It's not going to be for defense, right? But obviously, Ari McDonald can play defense. She's an exceptional perimeter defender, not interior-wise, though. So you're giving up some on defense, but offensively, this might be the best move for the Fever. We'll see how this goes, though. I like that shot from Ari McDonald, spacing the floor. You've got Caitlin Kelsey and Ari out there shooting, and Caitlin Clark gets the mid-range jump shot. Bang! There you go, Caitlin. That's what I love to see. Going one-on-one to get that mid-range jump shot. The Indiana Fever up 9-4 in favor of the Fever with 6 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in this game. Big-time shot. Big-time shot, y'all. As Timmy Fagbenley gets a layup at the cup, the Indiana Fever give her that one. They give her that one. And here's Caitlin going the other way. Caitlin stepping back. 3-point jump shot. Don't do it to him, Caitlin. Bang! What a shot from Caitlin Clark, y'all. What a shot from Caitlin Clark. She's, oh my goodness, y'all. That was crazy. What a step back shot from Caitlin Clark. What a bucket. As the Indiana Fever get a steal, they're going the other way. Natasha Howard in transition for the layup at the cup, and she misses that one. What a shot, y'all. She pulled back. 3-point jump shot falling away. That is what we're here for, y'all. That is what we're here for, y'all. That's what we've been waiting for, y'all. As the Fever give up a 3-point jump shot on the wing, got to have a little bit better defense. As this time, Caitlin will bring it up the court instead of Ari. Caitlin getting it down low into the paint. Caitlin making a beautiful pass to Natasha Howard. What a layup. Oh, my goodness, y'all. This is what the Fever have missed so badly. Oh, my gosh. Look at that pass from Caitlin, guys. Oh, my goodness. We've missed that. As Caitlin is going the other way once again. Caitlin getting up the court. Throwing another pass down to Natasha. That one does not get through. Does not get through. They tip that one. That was a beautiful pass. Caitlin Clark getting it down low, dipping and throwing the dime to Natasha. You've seen Caitlin Clark step back for the mid-range jump shot, hit the 3-point jump shot, make the – I mean, look at this step back 3, y'all. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Are you serious right now? Bro, as Caitlin Clark's going to take a seat early, as Kelsey Mitchell gets that layup at the cup. I love that one. So Lexi Hole is going to come in and replace Caitlin. I'm cool with that. Lexi Hole getting some minutes to replace Caitlin. Is Caitlin on a minutes restriction? Does anybody know? Because I know that she didn't want to play with the minutes restriction, so I'm assuming she's not on one. So I'm not sure if this is like injury rev up or if this is just the Indiana Fever deciding that she's going to come out the game at around the 5-minute 30-second mark. Because I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also like they have momentum, and you just literally took her out the game with momentum. But I understand it if it's a minutes restriction, but if she's not on a minutes restriction, this is like it has to be because of injury, right? Because there's so much momentum. Why would you take her out the game? Matthew said 3 to 4 minute burst. Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Matthew. That's what they're going with today. She said she was looking in the upper 20-minute range, but we'll see how she feels. Okay. That makes sense. All right. So they get a pass for taking Caitlin Clark out the game. But, bro, in the first 3 to 4 minutes, y'all, that was really 4 to 5 minutes. She was, absolutely spectacular. I mean, she started off with a turnover, then she missed a 3, and then she got to the mid-range to step back, just going to her own shot, and she was making some passes, y'all. She got some rebounds. I do like, okay, Caitlin, okay, there are some plays, obviously, that we've seen where Caitlin Clark's not bringing it up the court. They're, going back and forth between Caitlin and Ari, but, this is probably best-case scenario for this situation of Caitlin playing off ball or sharing the ball handling responsibilities, because Ari McDonald makes amazing decisions, and she's going to get it to Caitlin, and she's going to move the ball around. So far I have it's not like Sydney Colson bringing it up the court. It's Ari McDonald. So, like, I'm actually not mad at what I'm seeing so far. Well, what we're going to have to watch is the defense. But so far, y'all, Ari McDonald and Keelan out there has been pretty fun. And Caitlin Clark has obviously been absolutely exceptional. Just this is what we've been missing. The energy. Like, this team looks great. Caitlin Clark hitting the shots, mid-range shots, throwing the passes, getting the rebounds, pushing it in transition. It's just better when Caitlin Clark is out there playing with this Indiana Fever team. So I'm loving what I'm seeing. Sir Jack said, no minute restriction on Caitlin Clark, but plan to rest her more since we have Ari to step up and carry the team. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. McDonald had to start to take the pressure off of Caitlin Clark. I see. So are you saying that you don't think it'll be something that goes on? And it might be like a couple of time thing while Caitlin Clark is revving up. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this game it might have made sense for McDonald to start, take the pressure off Caitlin. And maybe it's not just like a starting lineup change for the rest of the season. We'll see how it goes. But it hasn't been bad so far. Gave up a few layups, but they do that even when Lexi is starting. So, you know, the interior defense sucks. Maybe it makes sense to go all in on offense at this point because the interior defense isn't going to really get any better anytime soon. So maybe just go all in on offense and just forsake the defense. Ari is going to mess up defenses on Caitlin Clark. Jeffrey, you might be right. We'll see how that goes. But so far, it's seemed that way. It really has. It really has, y'all. Fast-paced game, yes. Very fast-paced, y'all. As we're getting ready to inbound the basketball here, I might be a little bit behind on my screen, but we'll see. Don't know what's going on here. Think Sylvie Cunningham. Yeah, no, she's not coming into the game. Here's Kelsey Mitchell passing it in to Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald. Get it over to Natasha Howard, over to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey coming off the screen here. Kelsey. Mid-range jump shot. Don't do it to him, Kelsey. She missed that one. But big rebound from Lexi OSYU player. Ari McDonald getting the ball down to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston going to work in the paint. Aaliyah Boston, big time. I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving it. When Aaliyah Boston puts the ball on the floor and attacks the paint, good things happen. She's a freaking polar bear down there. Why not use your size? And there's the Valkyries. The Valkyries getting it down low into the paint. The Valkyries. And Burton for three. She misses that one. We get the rebound. We're going the other way. It's Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston getting it up to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell getting down low into the paint for the layup at the cup. She misses that one. Could have been a foul on that one. They didn't call foul. And yeah, that's off. We got to make our layups though, y'all. We got to make our layups. But that was a lot of contact there. A lot of contact. And Janelle Salam misses that mid-range jump shot. We're going the other way. Eric McDonald pushing up the court. Eric McDonald getting down low into the paint, attacking the cup, drawing the foul. Eric McDonald is exceptional when it comes to drawing free throws. Like, something about her when she gets to it's the slowdown. That's exactly what it is. We just found out what it was because we just watched this play. It's what she does. If you see the rewind of this, see how she slows down, and she slows down. It's not a lot. It's not like a Luka Doncic slowdown, but it's like a minimal slowdown as she takes the Euro step, the 1-2. She slows down on it and she gathers the ball. And so, like, she has it gathered for the 1-2. And with the slowdown involved, it's just giving more opportunity to see the foul because she's not going so fast. She's not avoiding contact. She's slowing down and going right into the paint. And Ari makes the first free throw. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. She makes the first free throw. The Indiana Fever up 19-11 so far here with just under 4 minutes to go in this game. Well, let's see if they can get her the second free throw here. Taking a while. Yeah, there we go. She makes that second free throw. All right, y'all. We're going the other way. And here's the Valkyries getting down low. Amazing defense from Sylvie Cunningham, forcing that player on the floor. Valkyries get amazing defense from Sophie Cunningham. Exceptional. Here's Lexi Hole playing defense on the low post. Amazing help from the Fever. I mean, spectacular interior. That is exactly what the Fever is supposed to do defensively. They swarmed the Valkyries and didn't allow them to get a shot up. And we're going the other way here. Here's Aaliyah Boston at the top of the key. Aaliyah Boston getting down low into the paint, going to work at the cup. Aaliyah Boston for the layup. She misses that one, but she gets her own rebound. Going up with it. There's no foul there. No foul there. We're going the other way. Here's the Valkyries. Getting down low into the paint. And we give up a corner 3 on that play. But we're going the other way, 20-14 in favor of the Fever with just under 3 minutes to go here. Here is Sophie Cunningham at the top of the key. Overdue Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell coming off. No, she passed it down to Aaliyah Boston. Beautiful play. Over to Ari in the corner. She misses that 3-point shot. I love that play, though. Getting it down to Aaliyah Boston. Defense collapses, and then you make the extra pass out. And the Fever do force another miss at the cup. They're going to call a loose ball foul on the Fever, and that'll stay with the Valkyries. And Caitlin Clark is returning to the game along with Timpson. So you're going to see Timpson get minutes before Dantas, which I'm actually in favor of because Timpson has proven herself to be a great player. Dantas needs to get some minutes, though, today as well. It's going to be interesting to see how Steph White goes about this because they both need minutes and they don't need to be. And look at Timpson already getting a tip there. Already getting a tip. Already causing havoc the moment she gets into the game. Already. And here's Sophie Cunningham. Cunningham going to Caitlin Clark. She's back in the game, y'all. She's here. Caitlin getting down low into the paint. Caitlin Clark stepping back. Mid-range jump shot. Don't do it to him, Caitlin. She missed that one. But big rebound from Lexi Hole. Out to Sophie Cunningham for 3 on the wing. Bang! I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this Fever team. They are playing at a high level. Caitlin Clark misses the mid-range jump shot. I love the play from her. But look at Lexi Hole. That's 2 offensive rebounds so far in this game where she's just playing with grit, playing with effort. And it ain't no different. And look at Michaela Johnson. Come on. Are you serious? Are you serious? Look at that block. Oh, my goodness. Big block from Timpson. I'm loving everything right now. A whole lot of moments are happening right now in this game. A whole lot of moments. Big block from Timpson. Love to see the Rook out there. I'm loving it. The rebounds from Lexi. Sophie Cunningham making threes. Lexi Hole, I was just saying before I got hyped, as the Valkyries are inbounding it, that I love to see Lexi playing with energy. It didn't make no difference to her if she's coming off the bench, if she's starting. She's going to play with energy. That's why I like Lexi Hole. It's not about ego. It's not about position. As the Fever, they're going to call foul on the Fever on that 3 maybe? Or is it going to be a loose ball foul? What just happened? Either way, it don't make no difference with Lexi Hole, y'all. This is looking great, though. Yeah, they're going to go to the free throw line. That's no good. That kind of kills the momentum just a little bit. But we got to keep up the pace, y'all. The score, for anybody wondering, was 23-14 in favor of the Indiana Fever. Might be a little bit far ahead if you're watching the box score because, I'm a little behind. League Pass tends to do that to me when I do it on League Pass, but only when I use the Safari. I need to download the WNBA app on this so that it'll be up to date because maybe that'll help me. As the Valkyries do make both those free throws, we're going the other way finally, y'all. Here's Caitlin Clark bringing it up the court. As she loses the basketball, she's on the floor. I don't know how I'm feeling about that. Probably should have been a foul. I gotta replay that, y'all. We gotta get a replay on that. I think that should have been a foul. Caitlin's really heated about that. I mean, she hit the deck. Why aren't we calling foul? I mean, let's see what happened. Yeah, I guess it was on the feet. I didn't really see it. It seems like Tiffany was definitely touching Caitlin, and Caitlin pushed off a little bit, and then Caitlin loses her footing. Not sure. I don't know if there was really a foul there, y'all. But the announcer said that it was the feet. So maybe the angle from the announcer was something with Tiffany being in her landings. I mean, I don't know what happened. But I mean, there was contact there, but I don't think it was a foul. But usually when star players hit the deck, the foul is called. Caitlin Clark's the only star player that there's no foul called there. Like, even if that's not really a foul, like Paige Beckers is getting that whistle. She just is. Like Sabrina Ionescu's getting that whistle. She just is. Nafisa Collier's getting that whistle. With Caitlin, she hits the deck, and it's like they're just very hesitant to call the foul, which is probably why Caitlin Clark is so heated, even if there's not actually contact there. But 23-17 in favor of the Fever here, y'all. We're getting back into this game. All right. Here's Sylvie Cunningham. Cunningham going over to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark getting over to Lexio. Lexio coming off a screen, getting down low into the paint. Caitlin out. Sylvie Cunningham for three. Don't do it to himself, and she misses that one. She made one earlier. We're getting some good looks from the three-point line. We're not making all of them as we're going the other way now. And here's the Valkyries. Getting down low into the paint for the layup at the cup, and then make that one over Caitlin Clark. That was a tough shot, but that's what the Fever are going to do. They're going to give up open layups. All right, here's Sylvie Cunningham bringing it up the court. Going to Timpson, back to Cunningham. Cunningham over to Mitchell in the corner. And they're going to call some foul on Sylvie Cunningham here. I don't even know what happened. They're going to call moving screen on Cunningham. We're going the other way, y'all. So the Fever have had a lot of momentum so far in this game, and we had a 9-point lead. Now it's a 4-point game with 50 seconds left. So all that kind of got crushed with that foul in the corner. But that's offensive foul on the Valkyrie, so we're going to go back the way of the Fever. But they have looked really well so far in this first quarter. The last part of it hasn't been the best, but they've looked very good so far in this game. Let's see what we can do for the last 50 or 45 seconds. Here's Ari McDonald bringing up the court. Ari McDonald coming off a screen. Ari McDonald getting over to Caitlin Clark off the screen. Caitlin Clark getting down low into the paint, and she loses the basketball to turnover. They're sending a lot of defensive attention towards Caitlin Clark, and she's turning the ball over. And you give it three on the other side, they airball it, though. And here's Caitlin Clark bringing it back up the court. So there's about a 3.5 or 2.5 second differential between the shot and game clock. And here's Caitlin getting off the court here. Fever up 4 points, 23-19 with just about 15 seconds left to go. Caitlin's doubled. She kicks it over. And now you got Cunningham with it in the corner, getting down low. And they're going to call that a turnover on the Fever. No foul call on the Valkyries. I thought that might have been a foul, but I'd have to re-see it. And let's see it here. Probably a foul. Most definitely a foul. As the Fever give up a layup. So here's Caitlin Clark getting it up. Yeah, they don't even get a shot up, y'all. So it's 23-21 at the end of the first quarter. Kind of a collapse at the end of the first quarter, considering the Fever were up 23-14. That lead went away pretty quickly. But all things considered, pretty good quarter. Kind of concerned, but pretty good quarter, y'all. Caitlin Clark has looked pretty good besides the turnovers. They're sending a lot of defensive attention to her. And so it might be better when Aries out there. But she just had a turnover with Aries out there. So I don't know, y'all. I do not know. But the turnovers definitely need to be limited. They're sending defensive attention to her. I don't know how you relieve her of that pressure. And they're sending three bodies to her off the pick and roll. She gets down low and you got three people coming to her. She's got to be able to get around that and not turn the ball over. Kind of a collapse. Yeah, kind of a collapse. A miniature collapse. You're very early in the game, though. And early in games, leads do tend to go away pretty quickly. Like, you don't, like, if you get a 10-point lead in the first quarter, like, obviously you haven't won the game. It's a lot different than having a 10-point lead in the third quarter. And, it was, I don't think the Valkyries are ever really out of it. The Fever just had a stretch. They had a stretch. So it's not too big of a collapse. It's just the Fever getting some turnovers. And it's not like a big problem defensively. Like the Valkyries have scored with free throws. They've scored because the Fever have been fouling a lot. And then on the other end, the Fever are turning over the basketball. It's not like they can't handle the Valkyries right now. So it's not I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned. Lindy said, Carter, I know you're trying to be optimistic, but let's call it as it is. Basketball game, let's call it the basketball game. Fever not playing well. I wouldn't say they're not playing well. They started off playing really well. I would say that last stretch in the game wasn't very well. So I guess you could say for the last stretch, they kind of collapsed a little bit, but I don't think it's. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't know yet. It's just a little stretch. We got a lot more time in this game to see how the Fever come out. But they've been playing with a lot of effort and intensity. They've been playing fast. Caitlin Clark's been well, but Caitlin Clark's been turning the ball over. So that's the only thing. Matthew thinks the Fever are fine. Kelsey, get the F out of my way. Mitchell is going to absolutely dominate. I hope she takes 20 shots. Hey, I hope so too. Maybe not 20 with Caitlin Clark out there, but probably like 18. I mean, 18 and 20 is the same thing. Definitely over 16 shots. She's got to get up. If she shoots 14 shots in this game, I'd be thoroughly surprised. Kelsey Money Mitch is going to get into a groove, and once she does, that's going to take pressure off Caitlin Clark in a way that Ari can't. And I think Dantas coming in the game can really help as well. What's interesting is both the Fever and the Valkyries have 10 points in the paint so far in this game. Giving up 10 points in the paint in the first quarter isn't the best thing in the world, right? But, you got 10 points on the other side in the paint, so kind of cancels out, right? Here's Caitlin Clark on the wing. Caitlin Clark, get it over to Timpson. Timpson going to McDonald. McDonald. They're getting Caitlin Clark off this pin down. It doesn't free her up. You're back to Timpson. Timpson going to work on the low post. Timpson for the shot. She misses that one. That was very awkward. Very awkward. If you're going to go up with it, you want to not go up with it like that, Michaela. That was very awkward, that shot. But I do like the play call, trying to get Caitlin Clark off the pin, but they're not setting screens like Draymond sets screens for Steph. Timpson's screen didn't even affect that play at all. As we're going the other way, here's Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald. Hold on. She missed that one. That was a heater. Heat check from Ari. Kind of crazy. Here's Caitlin Clark. They're sending two bodies to her off rip. I mean, that's just a lot of bodies to Caitlin. And here's Natasha Howard drawing the foul. Two bodies to Caitlin off rip. As Natasha makes the first free throw. Dawes said that the Fever are playing well and Caitlin is not. This team is not set up for Caitlin. I think Caitlin's playing well. I mean, but she's had the turnovers, right? They're sending a lot of defensive attention on her. Other than that, she's been hooping. I wouldn't say she's not playing well. I wouldn't say that. I would say the turnovers, we need to fix that. But other than that, she's been having a good game. She's already hit a 3-point jump shot, step back shot. She's getting down low, making some passes early on. And she's only played for like six or so minutes, 6-7 minutes in this game. And here's the Valkyries. Here's Martin coming off a screen. And they get a layup at the cup, y'all. No good. The defense for the Indiana Fever could be improved, but hey, it's what the Fever do. It's what the Fever do. And here's Ari McDonald. Get it over to Natasha Howard. Natasha getting down low into the paint, going to work for the layup at the cup, and she misses that one. I don't like that play. I don't really like that play. Just not what I want to see. As the Fever get a stop and we're going the other way. Good defense from the Indiana Fever interior wise on that play. Caitlin Clark's bringing it up the court. Caitlin coming off a screen from Michaela Timpson, kicking it over to Lexi Hole for three. Butter. That's what I love to see. That is exactly what we need to see more of. Like spacing the floor correctly. Caitlin Clark keeping it. The defensive attention is coming, but her being able to hold on to the basketball and not losing it and then making the right pass, because off the double team, there's going to be somebody open. I love to see Lexi making that pass there. It's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that play from the Indiana Fever. Big time, big time, big time to stop the bleeding. 28-23 now in favor of the Fever. Just about 8 minutes to go, and we're going to timeout. I like what I'm seeing from the Fever so far in this game. They've kind of collapsed as of late, when it comes to the turnovers and giving up some layups at the cup. But they're still playing really good basketball, and I think as Caitlin Clark gets her feet under her more and she can get back to early season Caitlin where she wasn't turning it over and she wasn't losing it. Because it's not her making the wrong passes. It's not her throwing the ball away. It's her actually losing the basketball off the double team, which could have something to do with her coming off the injury and trying to get her footing. But we've seen turnovers from Caitlin Clark throughout the entirety of the season, or I would say throughout the majority of the season. But the first probably 5 to 6 games, there was no real turnovers from Caitlin. She had them really low. So we'll see if she can get back there. Either way, the team's been pretty good so far. I want to see Kelsey Money Mitchell get into a groove, or they call her Kelsey Pistol Mitchell, whatever you want to call her. A woman of many names, of many nicknames, but she is exceptional. So we got to get her into a groove. More to Aaliyah Boston as well, and that'll be good for the Fever. Richard said Caitlin Clark put that pass right into Lexi's hands. Yeah, she's good at the passes, y'all. Exceptional, even. I need some water. Now voices. Oh man. Yeah, Caitlin Clark's been exceptional, y'all. Been exceptional. Fever need better defense and screens. When Caitlin Clark gets doubled, she has no help. Yeah. Um, yeah, she needs better screens 1000%. Screens are a problem since last year. You got Halliburton in the crowd. Good to see Halliburton smiling. Yeah, she needs better screens 1000%. Defense is just, it is what it is. We know that part. Yeah. But screens are something that can be fixed right here, right now, and it doesn't take much. Just set better screens, man. Especially off the pin down plays where you're trying to get her open off those Steph Curry type actions. You got to set a good screen. You got to. And that's going to be an offensive foul on the Valkyries. It's going the way of the Fever. Big time to start it off. All right, so the Fever are getting some momentum now, and you got some players smiling, Aries smiling. I'm liking it. Okay, we're going the other way. Let's see what the Fever can do on the offensive side of the basketball here on this play. Here's Caitlin Clark over to Lexi Hole. Lexi Hole over to Ari McDonald, down on the low post to Aaliyah Boston. Over to Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald for the layup at the cup. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot. Beautiful play. Getting down low into the paint, making layups. I like it. I like it a lot. And the Fever give up a 3-point jump shot, and they make that one. They do make that one. That's going to be 26-30 in favor of the Fever here with 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this game. Here's Caitlin Clark getting down low into the paint, kicking it over to Lexi Hole, shooting the mid-range jump shot, airballs that one. That was everything but the shot. That was a beautiful play besides the shot. As Ari McDonald was playing with some defensive intensity and goes out of bounds, got to put a little bit more oomph on that if you're Lexi Hole. You can't be airballing mid-range jump shots. But all good, all good. Beautiful play. I love Caitlin Clark dipping down, drawing defensive attention, making the right pass. Lexi Hole not shooting a three, begins to the mid-range. You just have to make it. And here's Fag Benley on the low post, defensive attention coming. Indiana Fever playing amazing defense. They give up a 3-point shot in the corner though, and the Valkyries drove that one. So they're paying good defense in the paint, but they're giving up some 3-point shots, and the Valkyries happen to be making them right now. And the Fever almost turned the ball over. Lee Boss was trying to get it back to Caitlin Clark, and it just goes out of bounds there. Got to be careful with the ball, y'all. As here's Kelsey Mitchell coming in for Lexi Hole. Let's see if Kelsey Mitchell can get into a groove, get her some more shots up. We've seen her going downhill. Let's see some threes from Kelsey Mitchell in this game. It says Ari passing it in, and she passes it in to Caitlin Clark off the screen. Caitlin Clark 3-point jump shot. She misses that one. Is short off the rim. And we're going the other way, y'all. We're going the other way. And here's the Valkyries. 30-29 in favor of the Fevers. 1 point lead for the Fever with about 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this game. And the Valkyries getting down low into the paint. And they make that layup. So now the Valkyries have the lead, 31-30. That's no good. The Valkyries are getting themselves into a little bit of a groove here. Let's see if the Fever can get some offense going. Here's Caitlin Clark. Over to Natasha. Over to McDonald. McDonald getting down low into the paint. Making the pass over to Howard. Howard. And they're going to call offensive foul on Natasha. I'm not liking a couple of plays in this game when Natasha Howard's just like playing bully ball. We didn't see a lot of that in the last couple of games. We've seen her like just get it off the catch down low and make her layups. I'm not, as Caitlin Clark does go to the bench here, I'm not very fond of her doing all that. I'm just not. That's not the Howard that's been getting easy buckets. That's a Howard forcing stuff. That's what that is. And I don't like that. And here's the Valkyries on the low post. And that's going to be a turnover. A little bit too much heat on that pass from the Valkyries. Are going the way of the Fever. No Caitlin Clark out there. Let's see if Kelsey Mitchell can get into a groove. Here's Ari McDonald bringing it up the court. Here's Kelsey Mitchell coming off a screen. Kelsey, Money Mitchell, getting down low. And she throws it away. And we're giving up a layup on the other side, or maybe not. Maybe not. Amazing play, or really, that was just poor from the Valkyries in transition there. They did not capitalize off a layup there. And now they're back at the top of the key with 10 seconds to go here. The Fever give up a 3-point jump shot, and the Valkyries missed that one. Beautiful, beautiful. So you had a transition opportunity, a 2-on-1, and it leads to you forcing a 3-point jump shot. You can't be more pleased with that as Kelsey Mitchell misses that 3-point jump shot. Want to see her get some more of those up. She misses the first one, though. That was no good. And here's the Valkyries getting down low into the paint, fading, turning, missing. And the Fever they just passed it into the Valkyries, and they're going to call foul there. So Natasha Howard tries to save it, and she saves it to the Valkyries. This is a sloppy play. Yeah, no good, y'all. No good. Pretty sloppy what we're seeing right now, y'all. Pretty sloppy. Pretty sloppy. Svack Binley is getting these free throws up. The first one is up, and it's off. Lindy said the Fever are out of rhythm. Yeah, it seems like they are a little out of rhythm right now. They might be trying to adjust to having Caitlin Clark back. Right now, Caitlin's not on the court, though, and they still look sloppy. So, they just – the Valkyries are a really good team. That's something to keep in mind. Like, the Valkyries are 9-9. Fever are 9-9. And the Valkyries are, like, a really good team. A really good team. As Svack Binley makes a second free throw, we're going the other way here, y'all. Here's Ari McDonald. Ari coming off a screen, giving it over to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell coming off another screen. 2 defenders go with Kelsey. She gets it over to Ari. Ari down to Natasha. Over to beautiful play. Over to Leah Boston, who makes the layup. Now it's 32 up. Both teams tied with just about 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this game. I like that play. Moving the ball around, ball movement, getting it down low. I like that. And the Fever, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Interesting. A lot of fouls being called early on here. A lot of contact we're seeing. And here's Ari McDonald getting down low into the paint for the layup at the cup, and she misses that one. And we're going the other way, y'all. Here's Kate Martin for the layup at the cup. Misses that one. We're going the other way. Here's Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham getting it over to Kelsey Mitchell. Game's tied at 32 with 4 minutes to go. Kelsey Mitchell stepping back. What a pass down low, but it's way off. Not a good pass. Not a good pass. I thought that was going to be on the mark, but it was not. It's all good though, as the Valkyries missed that shot and Lexi Hole gets the rebound. So we're going the other way, y'all. Here's Lexi Hole getting it up the court to Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald. Oh, she doesn't shoot the three. She slows it down. I actually kind of like the play call. Let's slow it down a little bit and get something better. Here's Aaliyah Boston getting the shot at the cup, misses that one. She's got to get a little bit farther in the paint. That was a pretty far hook shot. And here's the Valkyries getting down low for the layup at the cup, and they missed that one. The Fever don't get the offensive rebound, though. I mean, the defensive rebound, sorry. They give up an offensive rebound there. And here's Martin getting down low into the paint. Kate Martin. Good defense from Aaliyah Boston on Kate there. 3-4, the Valkyries a airball, so we're going the way of the Fever. Well, the Fever ever got to slow down, right? They're playing good defense right here. But offense, they got to just get some better looks up. Get some better looks. Caitlin Clark's not in the game right now. She's got to get a rest. So let's try to get some. So I get some good looks. I'm yawning, y'all. My bad. And we are missing some layups. I see y'all saying that in the chat. We do got to work on the layups. 1,000%. But there is a lot of contact in the paint, or not contact, but there's a lot of defensive presence in the paint as Kelsey Mitchell throws it away. That's just sloppy. The Fever are just not connected, not coordinated. But once again, the Valkyries are playing good defense in the paint, which is causing a lot of the missed layups. Yeah. Quit going inside is what Anthony said. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not against the Valkyries. You don't want to become 2-3 happy, though, but the Valkyries have really good interior defense. They just do, and they're young, and they're physical. And there is some contact down there as well. That's a lot of the reason why it's not working. The Fever are predominantly attacking the paint. They've become their identity as a team has been a team that attacks the paint more than they shoot. They're a team that eats off points in the paint at this point in their career. So it's kind of uncharacteristic for them to not go down into the paint, but it's not really working right now. So maybe we need to get some more shots up. What's up with Kelsey Mitchell passes? I get what she's trying to do, but man, way too many ill-advised passes. Yeah, I think she's trying to like off the double because they're sending defensive attention to Kelsey Mitchell in this game. It's not just Caitlin right now; it's Kelsey. So like Kelsey's seeing two bodies, and she's trying to make the pass, and she's like throwing these one-handers. It's not working. I like her trying to make it the pass right because you want her to be passive. But it's a tough pass to make, and they're sending a lot of attention on her. This is, I mean, as much as we want to complain about the Fever offense, y'all, the Valkyries are a really good defensive team, and they do this to good teams because of their size and their effort defensively. Even though they're 599, just like the Fever, they've been in these games just like the Fever. They've been competing just like the Fever, and so they've lost some games, but they've been close games they've lost. They're not a bad team at all. So Valkyries they beat us with Caitlin Clark a while back, and this is what they do defensively. So we're gonna have to find a way to get around this. Okay, Kelsey Mitchell has had 3 turnovers. Caitlin only has 2. Yeah, it's a good point. Caitlin Clark does only have 2 turnovers. Kelsey Mitchell has 3. I mean, that's 5 turnovers between your backcourt, though. I mean, it's not really a competition of turnovers. Like, they're just getting turnovers. We need to fix that. It doesn't really matter who has more, in my opinion. We got to stop the turnovers because the same thing is happening to both of them. Off the pick and roll, 2 defenders are going to Caitlin Clark, and now you're seeing 2 defenders go to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell is worse at making passes, obviously, because she's not Caitlin Clark, and she's not used to that kind of attention. So they both got to figure out a way around it. As Louis with the $2, thank you so much, Louis, for the $2 donation. God bless. Just me, is the game lackluster? It is kind of lackluster, but it's early on, kind of early on. We're getting to halftime here. We'll see what they can do going on in this game. A lot of time left. Thanks once again, Louis, for the $2. But yeah, it's been very sloppy, y'all. It's been very sloppy. As the Valkyries, they get a 3-point shot on the wing, and they drill that one. So the Valkyries are making some shots here. It's Ari McDonald bringing it up the court, getting it to Lexi Hole. That's a turnover, y'all. Fever are not looking good right now in terms of taking care of the basketball. That's another layup at the cup for the Valkyries, y'all. We're going the other way. They're on a 14-2 run. Here's Kelsey Mitchell getting it over to Sophie Cunningham. Can we stop the bleeding? Here's Ari McDonald. Get it over to Kelsey Mitchell off the peel. Kelsey Mitchell down low for the layup at the cup. No fouls call. She misses that one. It wasn't a miss. It was a block. And here's the Valkyries in transition getting a layup at the cup, and they're gonna call blocking foul. It's gonna be 2 free throws. Angela said, "Here we go," and we are in the third or fourth quarter. Yeah, this is actually kind of demoralizing. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing them lose this lead like this, and they're just turning everything over. I'm not sure what's happening with this team. They're just falling apart. So Kevin Clark comes back into the game here. I don't have much to say, y'all. I'll say things when I have something to say. I'm processing this like y'all. Let's see how the Fever can respond. They're down 7 points now, 39-32 in favor of the Valkyries. Just under 2 minutes to go here. And here's Ari McDonald bringing it up the court. Ari coming off a screen. Here's Caitlin. I mean, the screen that they're setting for Caitlin off ball isn't even a screen. They're not doing what they should be to try to get her open. And here's AB on the low post, kicking it out to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey getting down low, shooting the floater. She misses that one. Kelsey's not having herself a night. And the defense from the Valkyries is just exceptional right now. Big steal from Kelsey Mitchell, though. We're going the other way. I love that one. We're slowing it down, though. Here's Kelsey going over. We need to get the ball in Caitlin Clark's hands. Get a pick and roll with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. It's a lot of actions going on. Not a lot of get the ball to Caitlin Clark and let her come off a screen and get down low. Like, I like the actions, but they're not really working because every single screen we're setting for Caitlin off ball or every single like handoff, like the screens are trash. The body bombs are trash. Like they're not getting her open at all. Here's Caitlin Clark shooting the mid-range jump shot, misses that one. She shot a few so far in this game. She's made one. And we're going the other way. Here's the Valkyries at the cup getting a layup. So that's 41-32 in favor of the Valkyries. Total collapse here from the Fever. And here's Kelsey Mitchell stepping back for the 3-point jump shot, please. We missed that one. And we're going the way of the Valkyries again. I'm not liking this at all. 9-0 run from the Valkyries as the Fever are forcing a jump ball. Yeah, the offense is looking really bad, Angela. It's not looking good. Yeah, just looking messy and sloppy and turning the ball over and not getting down low into the paint and not having any other fixes. And the way we're using Caitlin Clark is not the way Caitlin Clark should be used. Using her as a decoy every other possession is just not. I mean, she's not even having the ball in her hands. Ari McDonald's bringing it up every single time. It's not them going back and forth. It's just Ari. It's just Kelsey. Caitlin Clark's not even ball handling. She's a point guard, and they're using her as a wing. But here's Clark getting down low into the paint, kicking it out to Lexi Hole. Lexi Hole back to Clark. Caitlin over to Kelsey. Kelsey for 3 at the buzzer. Misses that one at the buzzer. 41-32 in favor of the Valkyries at halftime. Yeah. Angela asks if we're getting out coached or if we're just off today. I would say both. I would say both for sure. Other people are saying both as well. Yeah. Definitely both. kind of being outcoached in the sense that Caitlin Clark is being used as a decoy. She's being used off ball, and they're not setting good screens for her. The screens they're setting for Caitlin Clark are absolutely trash. Every single time they try to get her off a pin down action, the screen they're setting for her is it's not a good screen. But then again, the Fever are kind of off right now, and they're turning the ball over. And the other thing to consider is like the Valkyries defense has been pretty good. Fever don't know how to screen for Caitlin. No, they don't. They don't at all. Like I just don't get it. Like if you're trying to get somebody open off a pin down, off ball, you got to set a good screen for her. Or every time she's gonna get it off ball, the defense is gonna be right in her face. The only reason Steph Curry is able to get that split second of open space when he's playing off ball is because Draymond's setting a freaking screen for him. Looney's setting a freaking screen for him, and it's a good screen. You got to set a good screen to get the shooter open. Reggie Miller had to get a good screen to get open. You know, you can't if you're going to play her off ball, you're going to use her as a wing, which you shouldn't, but that's what's happening right now. Then what needs to follow is a good screens. Yeah, y'all. But yeah, I think the paint is not open for the Fever, and the Fever have been eating a lot in the paint. So we could go over a lot of reasons, but that's probably one of the main reasons is the Valkyries are really good interior defense wise. So they're not allowing the Fever to get those easy looks in the paint. They're just not allowing it. So yeah, that's a big part of it. That's a big part of it. Can we trade coaches? Yeah, definitely need a new coach who knows how to use Caitlin Clark because using her off ball, like she hasn't even brought the ball up at all really in this game. She's been off in the corner, and that you could claim that's the injury, but you know, she's coming back off injury and she's healthy to play. She's ready to go. Put her in her position. Let her play point guard. I don't know why she's get the ball in her hands and let everything flow off the pick and roll at the top of the key. Boston 2 points. Yeah, we definitely need some more points from Malia Boston. And Vicky with the $20. Wow, thank you so much, Vicky. Good job, Carter. Hey, I'm here. Thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're putting a smile on my face here. Tough times, but thank you so much. God bless, Vicky. I appreciate the donation so much. Thank you so much for supporting Vicky. Legend in the chat named Vicky. Thank you so much once again. God bless, Vicky. Um, yeah, yeah, y'all. It is tough right now, but we definitely got to be more positive and see if the Fever can come back later on in this game. My voice is like weird right now. It's weird right now. Throat's kind of hurting a little bit. Maybe I'm yapping a lot. McDonald has played way too much. She's not that good, and she's small in defense. She's going to start with Clark, trying to force it down low. Just play. I hate when they do this. It's not working. I think McDonald's been pretty good in this game. I don't think she's been the problem at all. I mean, I wouldn't say the reason they're playing like they wouldn't be playing like this if instead of McDonald being out there, it was Sophie Cunningham, or instead of McDonald, it was Lexi Holt. I don't think it's been McDonald. Um, but she is small on defense, but their defense sucks even when she's not out there. Like when it's Lexi Hole instead, or when we still give up layups. It's been happening for a while now. But in terms of stop trying to force it down low, I agree. Big time agree. We are forcing it down low. It's not working. Let's try to get some shots up. Let's try to go to Caitlin Clark and let her chuck us some threes, and they're gonna probably go down if we let her just shoot a lot. Get some Kelsey Mitchell threes because Kelsey Mitchell's turning it over when she touches the paint. Let's go. Let's try to hit the perimeter. The problem is the Fever are getting double teamed off the pick and roll, whether it be Caitlin Clark or Kelsey Mitchell. and it's like they don't know what to do off that double team. It's like they just kind of collapse and they turn it over. And so they're kind of, I guess, afraid of the perimeter because they're getting double teamed out there and they don't know what to do off of it. Watching the Fever advance in the game sometimes is like banging your head on a wall. It feels good when you stop. Yeah, they don't know how to bring the ball up the court. They don't, and it's really a coaching issue. Like it gets to a certain point where it's like they don't know how to get the ball up the court and beat the trap. They don't. They do a horrible job at it. They've been doing a horrible job at it for a while now. Like it's a coaching problem. It was with Christy, now it is with Stephanie. And hey, they call it the white side. Both coaches up. We definitely need to figure out how to beat the trap. But yeah, y'all. But yeah. I'm reading the comments, trying to see what y'all saying. We definitely need to try to get some more 3-point jump shots up. And the pick and roll between Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston is not a bad idea because you haven't even seen it in the game at all, really. Off the pick and roll, get Aaliyah Boston shooting some mid-range shots. I mean, something other than what we're doing now, because right now it's not looking good. They've got all these freaking off-ball actions for Caitlin Clark. Got her coming off a million screens, a million handoffs, right? Give her the ball at the top of the key. It's not working right now. There's a time and place for that. In this game, you got to know your matchup. It ain't working. Let's adjust. Pick and roll top of the key. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston. Off that, everything else will flow. It's an easy thing. Oh my gosh, coaching and Caitlin Clark still in a slump or afraid to shoot. Um, yeah, I would say she hasn't shot the ball enough. I wouldn't say she's in a slump though. I mean, she made a three, she made a mid-range shot. She's missed a couple mid-range shots in this game, but they haven't been bad misses. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is a slump, but she hasn't been that bad in the game. She hasn't really been bad at all. I don't think Caitlin Clark's been the problem. Um, Definitely afraid to shoot, but it's not really afraid. It's more like not giving the license to shoot. They're not using her as a shooter. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Just an 8-man game. Bring in DD or Sid for shooting. Yeah, bringing in Demiris Dantas would be like a big time move. They should have brought her in at some point during that crazy stretch in favor of the Valkyries. They should have brought Dantas in the game because she can give you easy shooting. Don't know why she hasn't been in the game. She can give you some shooting, some size. Go and put her in the game, man. She's back. Put her in there. She's been cooking overseas, so bring that back over to the Fever. All right. Not trolling. How many times did she bring the ball up in the half? The entire world knows that she's coming off the double screen and she hasn't been open once. The entire world know she is then coming off the double screen and she hasn't been open once. Yeah, no, literally, Tony, Like I like it, like she hasn't brought it up at all, really. And she's coming off the double screen, and I mean, we can call it a double screen, Tony, but it's really not a double screen. Like there's no screen being set. It's them like simulating them setting a screen, but then there's actually no contact with the defender, and so they're just like getting around that sick excuse for a screen. So like, yeah, it's not working at all. If I have to see it for the entirety of the third quarter, I might crash. I might crash. Um, but yeah, we'll see how this goes, y'all. We'll see how this goes. Still within striking distance for sure. Still within striking distance. like very within striking distance. The game isn't over. They're not being blown out or anything like that. The Valkyries just have the momentum. They took the momentum. Let's see if the Fever can respond here in this third quarter and get into a groove. Halftime 32 is a joke with the GOAT. Yeah, Caitlin Clark is a very good player. You just got to know how to use her. Caitlin Clark is not a team player. She's a team leader. Stephanie White isn't using her strength. Wasted potential. Yeah, Caitlin Clark is not a piece in the offense in the sense that like she doesn't play a role in the offense. She is the offense. They're using her as a role, like she has a role on the Fever right now instead of her being the offense, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, that's just not Caitlin. It's like if you take James Harden and make him a role player, it's not going to work out. Caitlin, like James Harden is the offense. Caitlin Clark is the offense. Same goes for Luka Doncic. These are players that are everything offensively. Jim said Mitchell is the one not shooting well. She is 2 for 9. She also had 2 big turnovers to create this deficit. Yeah, she hasn't been well either. That's a good point. Mitchell, but a lot of it has been her getting down low and the paint being packed and uh, just them consistently going to that. But Mitchell has not been good at all. Will coach make adjustments? Hopefully, yeah, I hope so. Definitely need some adjustments here. Um, in the second half, we need to see the Indiana Fever stop taking it into the paint so much and forcing stuff and turn the ball over when they run into the traffic that they've pretty much assured themselves of knowing that it's going to be there. Like it's going to be there. So like, stop going to the paint. Shoot some threes. Get Kelsey into a groove. Get Kayla into a groove. Pick and roll top of the key. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston. Stop the shenanigans. Stop the bull crap. We know what works, y'all. We know it works. Let's stop acting like we don't. We know when the Fever are at their best. We've seen pretty clearly what the problems are. Let's make an adjustment and get on with this. So disappointing to see White wasting Caitlin on Connecticut offense. I agree. I agree. I agree. And Louis with the $2. Thank you so much to Louis once again. Big time left in the chat. Just rejoined. How do you spell collapse? Um, yeah, this is a collapse. A collapse. Big time collapse. Collapse. Big time collapse. Big time collapse. Big time collapse. But the second half is getting ready to start here, and the Fever can bounce back. It ain't over till it's over. Let's see them get into a groove. Caitlin Clark is here. Let's see her get some shots up, make some moments, and let's win this game. Let's win this game. That Austin Kelly just said something spectacular, y'all. I've been listening to him. That's why I haven't been speaking. If you guys aren't actually listening to the game, he said the reporter asked him about the Indiana Fever not getting shots at the rim, and Austin said that we've got to take our open shots because the Valkyries do an exceptional job of collapsing. So we got to take our open shots, and that's Right. We got to take our open shots. They're denying good shots for maybe they're looking for better shots. We got to take what's open. Got to take what's open. All right, let's get some threes up, y'all. Indiana Fever are getting here. They're getting here. They're getting underway, y'all. Second half can be 10 times better than the first half. It can. Let's see it happen. Here's Jerry McDonald bringing it up the court. Off rip. Caitlin Clark is off in the corner somewhere. What are we doing? All right. We got one of those actions that they're doing. They're trying to get it to Kelsey. Kelsey getting down low over to Caitlin. Caitlin one-on-one, and she ends up turning over the ball. And there was a collision at midcourt. They're going to call foul on Eric McDonald. Y'all, why did this happen? Y'all want to know why Caitlin Clark just turned the ball over? It's because instead of letting her bring the ball up the court, she was off in the corner. And so she got it at the wing with no screen. It's not even a good look for Caitlin. That's why that happened. Can Caitlin Clark dribble? Yeah, she is having a hard time with her dribble so far in this game, y'all. Not gonna lie. The dribble she's been losing the ball a lot. She's been losing it a lot, yo. I'm not gonna lie. Now we got a review going on. So now the Fever have to just sit here and let this bad play and these bad moments just kind of settle in. This is not how you want to start off the first play on offense. Why is Ari McDonald bringing the ball up the court? Like, I want her to bring the ball up the court sometimes to bring pressure off Caitlin. But Caitlin coming off not a screen. She doesn't like if she's playing off ball and she's not coming off a screen when she gets it, it's not working. She has to come off a screen if you're going to play her off ball. You need to play her in the way you would play Steph Curry if you're Steve Kerr. Just go watch Warriors film. She needs to come off a pin down, which means she needs to come off a screen. You're just giving her the ball on the wing off no screen. That's no good. If Aries going to bring it up the court. And why isn't Caitlin bringing it up the court? Just have a pick and roll high ball with Caitlin and Aaliyah, and off that, let something happen. Matthew just said the Fever have not scored since 4:40 left in the second quarter. That is abysmal. And this review's taken a very long time. Abysmal, Matthew. Abysmal. Yes. Steve said Ari over CC. I can't believe what we were watching. Yeah, they're apparently trying to use Ari as a point guard and Caitlin Clark as a shooting guard. That's what the Fever are doing right now. I don't even know what this is about. I don't know why Ari is starting. It doesn't make any sense to me. We have assessed the situation, and I don't like it. Because it's not that they're not looking for Caitlin Clark off ball. It's just that they're not setting screens. So is Ari the problem then? Like, we can sit here and look at Ari and say she's the problem. Ari might not even be the problem. Yo, the problem might just be the screens because they're playing her off ball and they're not actually setting screens. And so, like, the whole thing with Ari isn't, it's not like Ari's not doing her job well. They're going to her, and it's not like Ari is like ball hogging at the point guard. Fever, it's just the off ball thing doesn't work with Caitlin because they're not setting the screens for her. Just give her the ball. I don't know what's going on, but we need to get into a group. That's all I know. White is the problem. Yeah, Steph White is probably the problem. And she's over here yapping at the refs. Bro, she's kind of just an attention seeker. Do your job better. Like, you want us to give you so much props because you're sticking up for the players. Do your job. Do your job and fix this because this is your game plan gone to, Sheol. This is your game plan on fire. Fix it. As the Fever give up a layup at the cup, offer it. Just horrible. Here's Caitlin Clark going the other way. 44-32 in favor of the Valkyries. Fever have not scored the basketball in a very long time. Here's Kelsey Mitchell over to Aaliyah Boston. Over to Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald coming off a screen, 3-point jump shot. She misses that one. Good shot. I'm not mad at that shot. You got open, take open shots. So that's cool, but we got to be better defensively here. As we give up a 3 and they drill it. So now the Fever are down 15. Absolutely getting cooked. Just getting cooked. Just getting cooked. I don't know what to say. This is not what I expected from Caitlin Clark's return. We've been anticipating this moment. And yeah, it's not looking too good. I don't know what to say, y'all. I really don't. I don't know what to say, y'all. Like, obviously it's everything I've been saying. I have nothing new to say is what I mean. It's like everything I've been saying. Nothing fresh. Just like they're icing Caitlin Clark out. She's playing off ball. Horrible coaching. The offensive schemes that Steph White is trying to run has been trying to get Caitlin Clark off like these pin downs, and the pin downs aren't actually happening. The Fever players aren't actually setting good screens for Caitlin. Defensively, we've been sucky. I don't know what to say. And Louis with the $2. Thank you so much, Louis. Horrible coaching, zero offensive schemes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Is an early game. Maybe that has something to do with it. Yeah. Gonna need some serious analysis before Carter's next day recap. I'm getting that recap up today. It'll be up in like 4 hours after the game. Um, and yeah, I hope this isn't how we end the game because it'll be a very negative video if this is how the game ends. I'd rather it be positive. So I want to see the Fever get into a groove here. This is embarrassing. Yeah, it is embarrassing. Like, this is embarrassing, and the Twitter people are about to get into their own little groove, yapping about look how the Fever play with Caitlin Clark versus without her. Yeah, I don't know. Matthew said, "I'm depressed. Cheer up, or the IHOP comments will begin." Well, this is the IHOP comment, Matthew. So I guess they've already begun. um, yeah, I mean, yeah, this is not what I was looking for today. Um, but we're here. This is part of it. It's part of analyzing games. You're not gonna get what you want. You're not gonna get fun games all the time. This is part of being a fan, even. You got good days, got bad days. We're not here for Caitlin Clark's best season. We're here for Caitlin Clark's career. We're here to watch the WNBA grow. Um, and yeah, you got waves and troughs with your cash cow. Right now, her team does not know how to use her, and her team also just sucks. You know what I mean? They just kind of suck too. It's just Caitlin finally bringing the ball up the court. Wow, the point guard brings it up the court. The best point guard in the league brings it up, and the Fever return the basketball. What just happened? What just happened? And thank you so much, Coda, for the $5. God bless you, Coda. I've been watching the Valkyrie games. They're very well coached. No superstars, just good coaching. Yeah, that's a good point. The Valkyries are playing well. We can focus on the Fever, but the Valkyries are playing well. Thanks for saying that, Coda. It's always a good reminder. They have amazing defense, which is aggravating the Fever. But I don't know what the heck that last turnover was, y'all. God bless Kodev. I don't know. I don't even know what that was. Here's Mitchell for the three at the top of the key. Bang! Finally, some life. Thank you. It's been like 6-7 minutes since the Fever have scored a bucket. Thank you. Big shot, big shot, big shot, y'all. Big shot. And here's a three for the Valkyries. Are they going to make that too? No, they. And we don't get the rebound. And here's Vag Binley going up for the layup at the cup. And just. All right, here's Clark. Over to Boston. Boston over to Mitchell. Mitchell getting down low into the paint. They're collapsing. And Ali Ball. I mean, they're going to call a foul there, but we got to stop. We got to stop attacking the paint. We got to stop. When's the last time Caitlin Clark has shot the ball? And when's the last time you saw a pick and roll between Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston at the top of the key? Louis with the $2. Thank you so much once again, Louis, for the $2. Wish that Natalie was the Fever coach. Yeah, that'd be a lot better. Literally anybody. You could take anybody. Like, bro, I'd take anybody, bro. Anybody. There cannot be a worse coach for this team. Thank you so much once again, Louis. All right, we get those free throws in. 49-37 in favor of the Valkyries. And here's a wide open three for the Valkyries. They drilled that one. Y'all. Here's Caitlin Clark shooting a three-point jump shot. Bang! Bro, what? Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Big shot. We needed that. It shouldn't take that long for Caitlin Clark to shoot the ball regardless. But the Fever are getting misses. They're not getting it. I'm trying to stay calm. We're forcing misses. We're not getting rebounds. The good things happen when Caitlin Clark shoots the ball, though. I don't know what the heck is going on with her not shooting it. What are we doing right now? Shoot the ball, Caitlin. Go get the ball and shoot it. The same Tyrese Halliburton rigmarole going on with these Indiana point guard. Go get the ball, shoot it. I know a lot of it with Caitlin is just her deferring. I'm not deferring. I'm sorry. I know a lot of it with Halliburton is just him deferring, and then with Caitlin, it's a lot of her just the coaching. And finally, Dantas comes into the game. Oh my gosh, I could crash out right now. Finally, Dantas touches the floor, y'all. We were talking about it at the end of the first quarter, saying it'd be better if Dantas got in the game. As the Valkyries make both those free throws, 14-point lead, 54-40 in favor of the Valkyries here with 7 minutes to go. Here's Caitlin Clark getting it down low, stepping back. Caitlin Clark getting it over to Timpson. Timpson on the low post, going to work. And she makes that one. Big time shot. And Up North Michigan girl with the $10. Thank you so much. Either White lets CZ take over or we're finished. Yeah, I agree. Let's see if she can take over. Thank you so much for the $10. God bless. And that's some decent defense, but we're not actually getting the rebounds off the stops. Hey, there you go. Rebound. Caitlin Clark's going the other way. All right, here's Lexi Hole making the right. What we got going on? What are we doing? Yo, I'm appalled. I don't know what to say, y'all. I don't even know what that pass was, y'all. And the Fever, once again, don't get the rebound. They don't get the rebound, y'all. Yeah, KK knocks out of the bounds. Yo, I don't even know what's going on with this team right now. Oh, man. Get Caitlin Clark some more shots up, man. That's all we can ask for at this point in the game. More shots from Caitlin. Inbound here, and Caitlin Clark gets the steal off the inbound. There we go. We're going the other way. Caitlin Clark bringing it up the court. Caitlin Clark, 4 layup at the cup. Misses that one. And okay. So she misses the layup in transition. And it's going to be Valkyries basketball. Big steal from Caitlin. I love her pushing it. She just doesn't make a layup at the cup. We got to make our layups. Like, if you're not going to make layups, like come on. What are we doing, y'all? Here's the Valkyries getting a layup, and they're fouled. So they're going to go to the free throw line. Yeah, Clark doesn't get fouled on those layups, y'all. I mean, it was contested, obviously. Clark just doesn't get fouled. She doesn't get fouled on those layups. They're not going to call foul. That's fine. That's fine. Michael said exit stage right. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. 13-point game right now, y'all. 13-point game. Fever get the rebound off the missed layup. We're going the other way. Here's Caitlin Clark. Caitlin getting the ball over to the corner. 3-point shot for Lexi. Misses that one. And there's going to be a loose ball foul going against the Valkyries. We're going to get to the free throw line, I'm assuming. Oh, maybe not to the free throw line. We're going to inbound it here. We're going to inbound it. Here's Kayla inbound. Let's get a stretch, a good stretch going here and get back into this game. Here's Michaela Simpson over to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark over to Dantas. Like, look at all these screens they're setting for Caitlin Clark that aren't hitting. And Dantas going to work in the paint, drawing contact. I like that from Dantas. She's probably going to make her free throws as well. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Dantas makes the first free throw. Fever are still within striking distance despite how trash this game has been. 2 threes, and you're right there. So 2 stops, 2 threes. That's how you got to think about this. As Dantas makes the second free throw. And Caitlin's in the game. Caitlin Chin. I'm loving that. And big defensive stop from the Indiana Fever going the other way. Kelsey Mitchell slowing it down. Over to Dantas. Dantas for 3. Misses that one, but we get the rebound. Timpson. And Timpson's been great. She's been great, actually. She's been great, and she's been helping since she's gotten the game. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Timpson. Big time play. Single-digit game now. 55-46 in favor of the Valkyries. Let's get some life here. It's Caitlin Clark playing good defense there. And she calls it a turnover. There you go. That's 2 plays of Caitlin Clark first and turnovers. Okay, I like this energy then. All right, let's do it then. Give us something to cheer about. Give us something to clap about. Give us something to be happy about. Let's do it then. Big time play from Caitlin Clark. I love the defensive intensity. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's wake up, y'all. Let's wake up, y'all. I like it. 9-point game. Here's Caitlin Clark. Caitlin. Kickball violation. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Caitlin Clark's going to inbound it. She really did not have a lot of room to work there. Back to Caitlin. Here's Caitlin. Caitlin. Stepping back. Floater shot off backboard. She misses that one. Tough shot. Tough look for Caitlin. I mean, the defense is on her. But the Fever do force a miss, and we're going the other way, y'all. Here's Kelsey Mitchell. Bringing it up the court. Kelsey Mitchell. Stopping. Over to Dantas. Back to Kelsey. Kelsey, mid-range jump shot. Make that, please. We missed that one. We need some of these shots to drop, y'all. We need someone to drop. And we're going the other way. Here's the Valkyries. The Valkyries. Amazing defense from Michaela Timpson. And the Fever get a stop. Caitlin Clark with the ball in her hands. Caitlin making the pass to Donches. Donches mid-range jump shot. Yes. Yes. 7-point game. Big stretch for the Fever. Big stretch. We're back in this, y'all. We got something to cheer about. I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot. I'm loving it a lot. 55-48 in favor of the Valkyries. So we're still down. 7-point game with 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Fever looking better. Getting a lot of stops. Michaela Timpson is helping a lot. Michaela Timpson has had play on play. Caitlin Clark with the defensive plays, like the intensity defensively from the Fever has been picked up. So that's helping. And then bringing it to offense is going to help as well. Yeah, I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving it. Cool. Let's get back into this game, y'all. Let's not lose by 20 because we were going down that path and yeah, we don't want to go down that path. Let's get into this game. Let's do it. Let's compete. 'Timpson earning that bonus check. No, for sure. She deserves it. She's looking good, man. (16-14). The Fever have outscored the Valkyries in the third. That's good. We're looking good. Thank you for that, Sir Jax. We still can lose. Come on, Matthew. Come on, man. Yes, we can. Let's stay in this game. Come on. Oh, man. We still can't lose by 20, but the 8-1 run's looking good. Over 3 minutes, y'all. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. Let's get into this game, y'all. Oh, man. For the mental health. This is an off day for me. An off day. I've been busy over the last few days. Big off day for me. Let's enjoy it. I want the Fever to get this win. I want to make a positive video later. Let's do it. The Fever force another miss. Can we get the rebound? We don't get the rebound. Got to get rebounds. Valkyries another 3. Brick. We're going the other way. Here's Caitlin Clark. I feel like she's played over a 4 to 5 minute stretch. It's Timpson. Layup at the cup. Beautiful. I'm loving it. All right. The Fever getting stops. Good defense. All right. It starts with defense, though, y'all. Y'all notice that the Fever are getting stops defensively, which is allowing them to get out in transition. If they weren't getting stops, they wouldn't be able to do what they're doing. And here they are, y'all. Here they are. Going down to the low post. And the Fever get a steal. They're going to call foul. It's good defense. Starts with defense, y'all. Apparently, it's all going to start with defense. Hey, I'm loving this intensity from the Fever, allowing them to get out in transition. Being out in transition really helps this team. And you force another miss, you don't get the rebound. Though. We got to get our freaking rebounds, man. Got to get our rebounds. The Valkyries are getting all the offensive rebounds they can eat, and they shoot a 3 at the top of the key, and they drill that. That hurts. That hurts a lot. That hurts a lot, y'all. That hurts a lot. Here's Caitlin. Donches for 3 in the corner. Misses that one. Big rebound from Timpson. Timpson going to work for the she misses that close shot, though. Probably would have preferred her to kick it out, but it's cool. And here's the Valkyries getting down low, wide open layup at the cup. 10-point game. So it was just a 5-point game. Now it's a 10-point game. 60-50 in favor of the Valkyries with 1 minute and 30 seconds. Here's Caitlin drawing some contact. I mean, just like that, it goes away. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Caitlin Clark is going to the bench, y'all. Here's McDonald. McDonald over to Timpson. Timpson to Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell. Sophie Cunningham for 3. Misses that one. Fever have gone cold. But they get a steal. Big steal. What is Ari doing? Shoot the shot. Thank you. Misses it, though. You got to shoot it the first time. She got herself out of the rhythm with that. You got to shoot that. She was wide open. Why'd you pass to Dantas? You got to get a stop here. And they foul. Yeah, Ari's not hitting her shots right now. Her last 2 games have not been very good. She's been not in a groove. You know, just not. But yeah. The Valkyries missed a second free throw. We're going the other way, y'all. Here's McDonald pushing it up the floor. Over to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell off a screen, losing the basketball, getting it back. Kelsey Mitchell over to Sophie Cunningham. Cunningham over to Timpson. Timpson on the low post, getting a layup. Misses that one. Timpson's missing a lot of her shots at the rim. I mean, she's just missing them. You got to make your layups. She's just getting point blank attempts. She's been good defensively, but offensively, she's not been very good. I'd like to cut out the step of her shooting and just go to someone else. As the Valkyries get a 3, 14-point game, 64-50. 9-0 run for the Valkyries, y'all. Fever were just there, and that's 14-point game again. You know. We're going the other way. Here's 20 seconds left, y'all. 20 seconds left. Here's Aaron McDonald at the top of the key. Coming off a screen, going to Mitchell. Mitchell's she doesn't shoot the 3, goes into the paint, draws foul. All right. Y'all, this is a disaster class of a game. Absolute disaster class. Caitlin Clark has not been bad in this game. Caitlin Clark has not been a factor, which is the problem. Caitlin Clark hasn't been involved. So she's another role player, and the Fever aren't getting stops today. Caitlin has 8, 4, and 6, 3 of 9, 2 of 4 from the 3. She does have 4 turnovers, but she hasn't been bad. I mean, she has, other than Howard, who hasn't played in the game, Caitlin has the second best plus minus on the team. So she hasn't been like that whole narrative. Get it out of here. The problem is, I mean, Lee Boston is -16. McDonald's -17. As we go 1 or 2 from the free throw line, no way they're making that half court shot. They don't. Yeah, y'all, it's not looking good. This is some crap. Ari has no business starting it. Probably through the entire team out of whack. Yeah, no, this was a weird start. Ari has been a good player. We're not slandering Ari here. She's been great. She's been good. I think she has, over the past 5 games, been better than Lexi Hull. Point blank period. But Lexi Hull is a starter, and the Fever they have experience with Lexi Hull starting, and it's better to have the size. And with Aaron McDonald starting, you're not seeing Caitlin Clark bring the ball up the court really at all. It's better if Lexi Hull starts because she's a starter and she's established herself as a starter and proven herself on this team. And it hasn't just been a 5-game stretch for her like it's been with Ari. So the whole coaching move to start Aaron McDonald, it's been stupid. It's been stupid. I don't know why you would start off a game like this. Like, eventually, it would make sense to try to test out the waters with the 3-guard lineup starting, because you do have those 3. But you start off with Ari on the bench when Caitlin Clark comes back. You don't start off. It just doesn't make any sense. I just don't know why Stephanie White would do that. And Chris, thank you so much for the $5, Chris. I appreciate it. Imagine if the Bulls started Jordan's career like this. Yeah, it wouldn't be any good. It wouldn't be any good. But I wasn't around to know how Jordan's career was started, so I wouldn't know if it was started this way. But yeah, I don't like this start. First year was great. Second year, it's just been trash coaching. Enough misery from Switzerland. I don't know what that first word is, but jazz time. Yeah, I got to turn on some jazz sounds. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, yeah, we got to get the vibes up, y'all. The Fever are down 13 points here going into the fourth quarter. I'm just wrong. She's not been better than Lexi. I disagree. I think Ari McDonald has been better than Lexi Ohl. I mean, at least they've been. I mean, Ari McDonald's been good. I mean, I guess you don't have to put one down to put up the other. But I mean, okay, last game from Ari McDonald was not good. This game was not good. Other than that, Ari McDonald's been exceptional. She's been great. The games the Fever have won have been because of Ari McDonald. She's been a very good player. Um, but I like okay, yeah, she's having a bad 2 games. Let's not act like Ari McDonald is like just trash now and she's the whole problem with the Fever. Like, let's not do that. We're not going to do that here. But then again, like, I don't like how they've been using her over Caitlin Clark. And I don't like the fact that they've started Ari McDonald over Lexi Houle. I just don't like it. Lexi Hule's been missing a lot of 3-point jump shots as of late and some layups, but she has been amazing defensively. She's always going to come with effort. So I don't know why you would not start Lexi. And Ryan with the $5. Thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. God bless Ryan. What's up, Carter? We got to get more consistent play from Kelsey. She's an amazing player, just hot and cold this year. Yeah, she's a big problem as well. I mean, you gotta point some blame on Kelsey and Aaliyah Balson. Thanks for bringing it up, Ryan, because yeah, she's been inconsistent and she hasn't been a factor in this game. We need more from her if we're gonna win this one. And the Fever foul at the cup. That's going to get 2 free throws for the Valkyries. Mary asks, what happens to the running gun? Well, you don't get to play in transition if you don't get stops. Fever had a stretch of getting stops and they were able to get out in transition. Starts with defense. It's not like an offensive thing, or it's not even really a offensive coaching thing. It's a defensive coaching thing. Defensive coaching is the reason why you don't see the Indiana Fever playing fast on offense. Because if you don't get stopped, you don't get to run in transition. And it's really a rebounding thing as well because they're getting some stops, but they're not getting the rebound. So when you get a stop and there's a loose ball, that is the perfect opportunity to get out in transition and kill the other team. But if you don't corral the loose ball, then none of that's going to happen. That's his Harry bringing it up the court. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell for the mid-range jump shot. She misses that one. She's just not any good. Out of bounds. We're going the way of the Fever now. It's not looking good, y'all. Here's McDonald. And Mitchell just turns the ball over. The Fever, like Kelsey Mitchell's looking trash. Getting down low into the paint, drawing another foul. Yeah, it's not looking good. Caitlin Clark is on the bench, but we did hear that they wanted to play her 3 to 4 minute stretches in this game. They wanted to play her upwards of 20 minutes. So, that's just kind of pacing her coming off the injury as Lexi Ohl comes into the game. Coach sucks, though. It's not even a question anymore. Stephanie White is abysmal. Aaron McDonald for three. Misses that one, and we don't get the rebound yet. Fever are totally trash in this game, y'all. All right, Stephanie White's going to take a timeout to get Kaylin in the game. Fever have the ball, 67-51 in favor of the Valkyries. Yo, I'm actually kind of pissed right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm low key kind of pissed. Watching this game is low key pissing me off. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Low key, just a little bit, just a little bit. Um, y'all telling me Mitchell is 3 of 17 with like 5 turnovers? Yeah, she's not having a good game at all. Um, not having a good game at all. And let me actually check the box score. She's not 3 of 17. She's 3 of 12. And she doesn't have 5 turnovers. She has 3 turnovers. Um, but she does have a negative 13 plus minus right now. Not as bad as McDonald, who has a negative 19, and Elliot Baldwin has a negative 18, and Cunningham, who has a negative 20. Yeah, it's just not looking good. Everybody's clanking shots. I mean, Clark is 50% from the 3-point line. Ari McDonald's 1 for 6, though. Kelsey Mitchell is 1 for 4, though. Lexi Hull is 1 of 2. Selby Cunningham is 1 of 3. And we missed so many goddamn layups in the paint. Like, Aaliyah Boston is 2 of 6 from the field. We're just missing layups, and Natasha Howard hasn't been playing because she's been pretty bad. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Fred said they're playing too slow. I mean, they can't play any faster if they don't get stops. The problem is the defense. I mean, they played when they cut the lead to 5 in that third quarter. That happened because they started playing fast. I'm sorry, that happened because they started getting stops, but it happened because they were playing fast, but they were only able to play fast because they got stops. And so, like, what precedes the playing fast is the getting stops. And once you get stops and then you're able to get it out and transition off the stops, you'll see them play it fast. So it goes back to defense, if that makes sense. Kodev says the Fever player have lost their mental game, and that points towards something in the coaching of player conflict. That's why the stars aren't shining, and nobody can make shots. Maybe. Got to get stops if you want to play fast, y'all. Got to get stops. And Louis with the $5. Thank you so much, Louis. Except for the first quarter and one small one. They've been outplayed and outcoached. Bad shooting. AB and Howard invisible and embarrassment. I agree. There have been those 2 moments, yes, the first quarter and that small run, and other than that, the Fever have just been nowhere. Thank you once again, Louis, for the $5. It's here's Sophie Cunningham over to Caitlin Clark for 3 off the screen. She misses that one. But Lexi Hull gets the rebound. Here's Cunningham getting it down to Howard. Please pass it out. Please don't do this. Thank you. Here's Aaliyah Boston for 3. And bruh. Yeah. I don't know what Matthew's talking about here. Now we got to syrup, but Fever are tripping. Here's Caitlin Clark shooting the floater. I like it. Ryan with the $2. Thank you so much, Ryan. Every time I see Timmy on another team, I'm sick. Yeah, she could really help right now. She could. She could, especially with the defense. She could really help. Don't know why we replaced her for Natasha Howard. I just don't know why we did that. Lilica, never should have traded her. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Good to see you in the chat. It's been a while since I've seen a comment from you. Yeah, it definitely should not have traded her. I don't even know why they did that. It doesn't even. Y'all, they gaslit us. They told us that Howard was a future Hall of Famer, and we were gonna be so happy to have her on the team. And nah, it's not better than Timmy. Can we get a rebound? Golly, y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all. The Fever can't get a dang rebound. Like, and Louis with the $2. Thanks so much, Louis. Down deep, CC's got to be seriously pissed. Oh yeah, I've seen it on her on the bench, y'all. She looks irritated. Definitely pissed. Definitely pissed, y'all. Definitely pissed. Definitely pissed. Caitlin Clark misses that one. All right, Caitlin gets the rebound. We're going the other way, y'all. Lexi Hole for 3 in the corner. Misses that one. The Fever are down 17 points, 70 to 53 here. This is an abysmal game. They're down 20. Yo, it was 55 to 50. And since that point, the Fever scored 5 points. It was 55 to 50. And since that point, the Fever have scored 5 points. I don't know what the heck Timpson be doing in the paint, bro. That highlighted comment, we can still lose by 20. Yeah. Matthew said it. Matthew said it. Matthew said it. Golden State is so great to watch. You can tell their players are a team they're locked in. Yeah, I mean, you got to give it to Golden State. I mean, they've outplayed the Fever, and they have a lot of size, and they've frustrated us, which is a lot of the reason why the Fever are getting cooked right now. So you got to give it to them. Shout out to Golden State, man. And the Black Lash with a $20. Thank you so much. Such a legend. So glad I'm traveling and can't watch this one. I just jump on to give you some support. I'll catch the recap. A Fever loss is still Carter for the win. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much, man. I'm glad you were able to pop in, man. I appreciate the support. The video will be out later today. I guess we'll do a film breakdown of this game. Even though I'm gonna do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Sometimes I don't like doing film breakdowns after the game when it's this trash, but because I just complain. I get on the camera and I complain. But that's what we got to do today. We got to expose Stephanie White today, and we got to expose not just Stephanie White because she's not the only problem. There's a plethora of problems. So I'll get that recap for y'all probably within the next 4 hours of the game. And yeah, once again, thank you so much. God bless, man, for the $20. You guys are really blessing me today, even though this game is sucky. Love your breakdowns. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it then, y'all. I'll do it. I already know you're about to go in. Yeah, I'm just sitting here silently. I'm live right now. Like when if y'all ever like okay, when I make a video and I edit, there's a lot of stuff I edit out because there's a lot of things I say that don't make the cut because I say some very harsh things that I decide when I'm editing that I don't want in the video. And when I'm live, I have to be very careful because there's no editing anything out. So when I'm really irritated, I'll just kind of go silent. Um, maybe today we won't hold back because I'm telling you, I'm kind of pissed. Like Caitlin Clark came back. She has not had a bad game. Has not had a bad game. The Fever sucked though. Bro, I swear, bro. This team, bro. This team, bro. The Black Lash said, "Don't hold back, Carter." Bet I'm leaving it all on the table today because as the Fever get a steal, we're going the other way. Lexi Hole at the cup, bro. Like, bro, what's going on, y'all? What is going on, bro? What was that, bro? Y'all, bro, this team is trash. This team is trash, y'all. And Louis with another $5. Thank you so much, Louis. No heart, no energy, no defense, no rebounding, no shooting, no coaching. Any other ideas? Yeah, you got a list to that, Louis. Thank you so much for the $5, man. Yeah, you're right, man. Just not a lot at all. Not a lot at all. Not a lot at all. Emphasis on the no coaching, Louis, and on the no rebounding. The rebounding has killed them, bruh. This team is trash, bruh. Not White's fault. How is this not White's fault? I want you to explain to me how it's not White's fault that they didn't have Caitlin Clark playing with the ball in her hands for probably about 80% of this game. Caitlin Clark started off hot. When the Fever were up in this game, they went up 23-14 in the first quarter. And it was Caitlin Clark hitting a three. It was Caitlin Clark dipping in the paint, kicking it out. It was Caitlin Clark hitting a mid-range jump shot. It was all but Caitlin Clark with the ball in her hands. And then from then on, it was literally Ari McDonald bringing the ball up the court, and then Caitlin Clark being off in the corner somewhere. And she was coming off these fake handoffs, these fake staggers, these fake pin downs that didn't actually connect. The screens they were setting for Caitlin Clark were not actually connecting. That was the whole problem with this game. Caitlin Clark was off in the corner, and she would get the ball on the wing with no screen, no nothing, and then she would lose the basketball because the defense is like pressing her, and we're doing nothing to alleviate that off of Caitlin Clark's shoulders because we're not actually letting her play point guard. I think this is White's fault. I mean, I can see how you could say that it's not White's fault because the players are missing shots, right? That's fair. Um, but Caitlin Clark could have shot more shots in this game. That's all I'm saying. Caitlin Clark could have got down low into the paint and kicked it out more in this game. I'm just saying. Like, Aaron McDonald playing point guard when you have Caitlin Clark back doesn't make any sense. What was the point of us bringing Caitlin Clark back if then the whole reason why we missed her was for her to play point guard, and she comes back and then you just keep the player who's playing point guard where she was out playing point. Like, it doesn't even, and she only shoots 9. Like, Caitlin Clark didn't even make a big impact on the game because you didn't use her as a superstar. You used her as a role player. Like, how's this not Steph White's fault? But Steph has little abilities to adjust what the other team is doing. Yet the other team is going to do what they're going to do, right? But you have to adjust to what the other team is doing. You have to adjust to what the other team is doing. The other team is going to do what they're going to do, but you have to adjust. And Steph White just doesn't know how to do that. Like, you have to, when the other team, like, once you realize that the other team is packing the paint and you love getting points in the paint, you have to have the ability as a coach to problem solve for your team because they're the ones missing shots. They're the ones turning the ball over. But as a coach, your whole job is to problem solve and fix things. That's why you have authority. It's like being a supervisor. Like, you have authority. The players listen to you because you are the director. If the coach does not have the ability, like Louis is saying, to adjust to what the other team is doing, and they can't come up with a way to, because you're the coach, you're not on the court, you're just scheming, you're not in the heat of it, you're just on the sidelines. Your whole job is to figure out what the other team is doing and figure out the best thing to do to counter what the other team is doing. If you cannot do that, then you cannot play coach. And if you do problem solve, right, and you do figure out what's going on, then and if maybe Stephanie White is figuring it out and the players just aren't being receptive, right? That could be a theory, but it's like, no, because things aren't changing. No, because we're still running into the paint and then turning the ball over. No, because Caitlin Clark is still not bringing the ball up the court. Like, it's, I don't know, y'all. I don't know, y'all. Fever team is sluggish. They can't keep up with the fast pace of the Valkyries. They need better pieces next time. Tall and fast they need. Most of them in Europe League. Yeah, for sure. This team sucks, man. This is trash. Fever loses one by 20 points, y'all. I don't even know what to say about this, to be honest. I don't. Like, horrible performance from the Fever. I mean, atrocious performance with Caitlin Clark back on the court. The idea that Caitlin Clark was the problem out there. Let's go ahead and check the box score one time for the one time. Um, Caitlin Clark was a -7. -7. She had arguably, she had basically the best plus minus, excluding Natasha Howard of all the starters, and Natasha Howard didn't even play, for real. So Caitlin Clark was not the problem. Caitlin Clark had 10.6 assists. She was 4 of 12, 2 of 5 from the three-point line. It wasn't that bad of a game from Caitlin Clark. She could have been more efficient. She could have made some more shots. Um, Shooting at 33% from the field is no good. 40% from the three is fine. Yeah, she missed some shots, but she wasn't the problem. She had 4 turnovers. That wasn't, I mean, it wasn't the best game from Caitlin Clark. It wasn't a bad game from Caitlin Clark, though. Kelsey Mitchell missed all her shots. Aaliyah Boston was not a factor in this game because of the interior defense from the Valkyries. That was just embarrassing. Like, I have nothing to say. I don't, y'all. Keeping it under 20. Hey, yeah, I guess you were wrong, Matthew. They didn't lose by 20. Or really, you didn't even say they would. You just said that they could, and they didn't. So maybe I should be pleased with this outcome since the Fever didn't lose by 20. They lost by 19. How fun. My next post game analysis is just me staring at the camera like, oh man, I'm it's early in the day. I usually don't get to make videos this early in the day, so I've actually got energy. I'm about to go in. Cause what was this, y'all? Like, it's just too many problems with this team, bro. Like, bro, they got worse since last year. They got worse. This is a worse team since last year, which is funny. That's funny, y'all. I'm about to get out of here though, y'all. I really ain't got nothing to say. Like we said everything. I'm totally defeated. I do want to say though, thank you everybody who donated in the stream. You guys are total legends. Seriously though, you guys definitely blessed me today, even though it was a negative stream. I do want to say thank you to everybody, and thank you to everybody who just tuned in and was just watching and commenting. You guys are legends. See you guys later on today. Hopefully, I had the video up in like 4 to 5 hours. And yeah, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. See y'all later. Make sure you guys tune in. Peace out though.